What's up, fam? So recently I got this comment on one of my videos, and it struck me that people who are new to the hobby may not know how to start a pull list or pre-order upcoming comic releases. No fear, I'm here to save you. Basically, the question is, how do I pre-order upcoming and new comic book releases that I'm interested in? And if I'm interested in some upcoming or new comic releases, how do I then start a pull list so I don't miss any issues that come out weekly or monthly or bi-weekly? So some key differences on pre-ordering a comic book or a trade is that this is a prepaid item. You don't pay for the item upon pickup or upon shipping. This has already got a base price that you pay before the item comes out or becomes available. A second big difference is that this is not future driven. You're paying for one item and one item only. After you pay for that item, if you want to order another, you'll have to repay again and pre-order again and sign in a whole new order. So this is not future driven. You can't just pre-order one thing and then expect the next few issues and the next few trades to automatically be ordered for you. The third big difference is that you can usually do this anywhere that sells whatever you're looking for. You don't have to really stay loyal to a specific shop or a specific place. You can order this online anywhere you want to. I just pre-ordered a trade on Amazon myself, so you can do this pretty much anywhere you want to. The fourth big difference is that there are pre-order cutoffs for items like comic books and trades, and if you do not communicate that you want to pre-order with your shop or with a store, you will not get that item on pre-order. You will have to wait for that item or comic or trade to become available. A pull list is more common in comic book shops and in the comic book community. So pull lists are for committed comic book readers. This is a set list of issues or series that you are interested in reading either weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly, and you provide this list to your shop manager to pull for you when the book releases and becomes available at the shop. A really key difference between pull lists and pre-ordering something is that pull lists are future driven. Unless you communicate that you want to cancel a pull, you will be committing to picking up a book, series, or issue every month or every week when it arrives, no matter what, unless you cancel, okay? So you're making that commitment. It's almost like usually a verbal commitment between you and the shop owner or shop manager that, hey, I wanna read Amazing Spider-Man whenever it comes out, and I wanna start a pull so when Amazing Spider-Man issue 23, 24, and 25 come out consecutively, I am going to be here every week or every other week to pick that book up no matter what. A second key difference is that this is not prepaid, so you usually pick up the books, usually in bulk if you have a couple books on pull, when you arrive at the shop. So the books are already waiting for you when you arrive at the shop. Once you arrive, you're gonna ask for your pull and they're gonna give you your total for all of the books in your pull list. This is not for one item usually, unless you only have one book in your pull, which is pretty uncommon. One big thing I want to say about that last point is you want to make sure you're budgeting your pull list wisely. You don't want a lot of clutter that you're not interested in reading on your pull list because you're just paying for books for no reason, or you don't want to do something even worse, which is tell your shop you want like 17 books on your pull list, and you show up at the shop, they have 17 books pulled, and you find out your total is in the hundreds and you can't financially commit to that total. So make sure if you're going to make a pull list and you're going to commit to picking up these books every week or every month, you know exactly how much you're ready to spend every time you show up to that shop. Third key point I want to make about pull lists is that this is technically a verbal contract, okay? So you're making a commitment to a shop that you're going to long-term, at least for the duration of this run that you're reading, come in and pick up your books from them specifically. So make sure if you're gonna make a pull list with a shop, it's a shop that's maybe close to you or a shop that has an owner that is friends with you or an owner that you get along with. Don't make a pull list at a shop that you don't enjoy going to or that is 50 miles away and you don't enjoy driving to. It's a bad idea, and you're not gonna really enjoy showing up to that shop and spending whatever amount on these books every week after you just spent 20 bucks on gas. The final point I want to make about pull lists is that they are time sensitive. You can really inconvenience yourself and the shop manager or shop owner if you do not pick up your books on time or in a timely manner. This shop owner agreed with you to pull these books for you and not sell them to other customers that come into the store for you, so that you pick them up on time. All right, so make sure if you start a pull list, you retain that rapport and a good relationship with your shop manager or shop owner that you want to go to every week or every month. And if something happens in your life that you're not able to come in and pull your books, make sure you communicate that as soon as possible so that they know that you are in good standing with them, and vice versa. To add to that last point, I want to speak a little bit from experience, and this is kind of an embarrassing story. So when I was in college, I started a pull list with a comic book shop that I don't really go to anymore, but I actually ended up having the shop call me because I forgot to go and grab my books for a couple weeks. And the worst, most embarrassing feeling as a comic book reader is a shop having to call you, asking you to pick up your books and telling you your total is like in the hundreds for all these books that you forgot to pick up. It was so embarrassing. I had to cancel my pull because, you know, I was in college eating like ramen noodles. I didn't really have like hundreds of dollars to just spend on all these new comic books. I had to cancel my pull, and it was so embarrassing because they told me there were so many issues that they could have sold that were in my pull that they were holding on to me, waiting for me to pick them up. So guys, speaking from experience, it is not a good feeling to to destroy your relationship between you and a shop owner because you didn't pick up your pull. So there's a main benefit of each of these methods for obtaining new and upcoming comic releases. The main benefit of pre-ordering is that you're not in a verbal agreement except for prepaying for the book or putting a deposit on there, and you don't have to have repeat visits to the shop. You can pre-order whatever you want at one time. Usually it's probably a trade, right? So it has a collection of volumes and issues, and you're done, okay? So for example, I pre-ordered this Seven to Eternity Deluxe Edition that's, you guys probably can't see, but it's behind me. It was really easy, and I have all these volumes of Seven to Eternity at one time. I don't have to like go to the shop and keep going for different issues. The main benefit of starting a pull list is that you are guaranteed any issues when you arrive at the shop, regardless of demand. So this is really cool if you are reading a comic series that is really high in demand. They have a lot of new characters. These are maybe like minor key characters, or the book just has a lot of heat. I'm thinking of like Donny Cates' Thanos run when it was out, stuff like that. So, you know, if you had that book on your pull list back then, you were guaranteed that first appearance of Cosmic Ghost Rider when it came out. I remember missing out on that book because so many people had that book on their pull list and I was unable to get one. So that is a good reason to have a pull list for a book that you really are enjoying or really are interested in or really want to read when it comes out, regardless of demand. So if you guys do not have a local comic shop, or a local comic shop is way too far for you to drive and you need a good shop that you can trust with a great owner that'll ship books to you for a pull or for pre-order, I'm sure some of the shops that I go to will be happy to help you out with this. So if you don't have a local comic shop that you trust or a local shop that's near you, I have a comic shop here in Jacksonville, Florida that I absolutely recommend with a trusted owner. It's Gotham City Limit, owned by Ben Kingsbury. And I'm sure Ben, if you reach out to him, he's gonna help you with a pull list or pre-ordering something that you wanna obtain in your collection. I'm sure he'll be happy to ship something out to you if you really need. If you need another recommendation that's a little bit more anonymous, I'll leave a link to my comic shop, which I've also bought comic books from. I believe this is located in Texas, but it's a totally online comic shop. You can actually start a pull there as well. And you can actually get a lot of back issues, which is really cool. But that being said, guys, I hope you had a lot of fun with this video. I had a lot of fun making it. If you have any questions, feel free to hit the comments. Thank you guys once again, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.